Dann fangen wir an. Wie ihr seht, alles hochprofessionell im Leonardo Hotel. Schön, dass ihr hingekommen seid zum Magenta Sport Cup, der am Wochenende stattfindet. Marco und der Coach sind da. Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Coach, what you like more, dentist or preseason?
I know some good dentists.
But it's a tough time, or?
No, it's a time where you learn, when you understand, and you try to adapt and adjust to the signals and the messages that the team and the players are, non-verbal messages that the players are sending to you.
And we did choose with the tournament especially to play strong opponents.
It's a great tournament, super high level. Basically, it's a EuroLeague tournament, even because Virtus is one of the two best teams outside EuroLeague. Very strong team. Great investment from Segafredo, and it will be good. It will be difficult. I'm pretty much sure that we won't look very good because our process is a little bit slower than expected due to many players out, but I expect one good step of improvement from everybody.
Marco, du warst ja jetzt auch in Bonek mit dabei. Was hast du für einen Eindruck von der neuen Gruppe, die sich ja doch ein bisschen verändert hat?
Weil Andrea mittlerweile sehr gut Deutsch versteht, mache ich es auf Deutsch oder
Bitte.
Englisch?
Ja.
Andrea?
Deutsch.
Also grundsätzlich bin ich von meiner Seite sehr zufrieden, nicht nur wie die Vorbereitung oder Trainingcamp in Bruneck war, vor allem bin ich sehr zufrieden, wie wir den Sommer gestaltet haben und wie wir im Sommer Andrea, Daniele und zusammen mit mir und Herr Heiner diesen Prozess gestaltet haben, dass die Mannschaft sich so darstellt, wie sie sich dargestellt hat zum Beispiel in Bruneck im Vorbereitungscamp. Ich finde, momentan ist es meiner Erfahrung nach als Spieler die schlimmste Phase einer Vorbereitung, weil man kommt aus einem Trainingslager und dir tut eigentlich alles weh. Der Kopf tut hier weh, der Körper tut hier weh. Aber abgesehen von diesen Verletzungen, die Teil einer Vorbereitung sind und den Schmerzen, den die Spieler durchgehen müssen, bin ich persönlich sehr zufrieden mit dem Stand, vor allem Teamchemie in dieser kurzen Zeit, die Spieler untereinander zusammen mit dem Trainerstab. Es macht richtig Spaß, Teil dieser Mannschaft zu sein.
So, das war das Warm-up von hier. Ihr seid zahlreich gekommen. Bitte eure Fragen jetzt an die beiden. Michael.
Coach, what will be the major difference this year's team to last year's team, playing-wise?
I believe that we have a more versatile roster, that we have a little more balance when we rest players, or we will in Bundesliga when some players will not play the game for whatever reason. I believe that we have big guys that can make plays, and we are a little bit undersized there, so we have to cope with that with a very disciplined defensive system and great effort from every player on the court. Then we have a little bit of shooting, and let's say roster-wise, look into the roster, we have shooters in almost every position, and we need to play through that. Last year we were the team that basically shoot the less number of attempts, had the less number of attempts on three-point shot. And this is not because We don't want to shoot, but it was better to do something different. So this year, I hope that we are going to use the three-point line better.
Coach, can you give an update on the physical situation of the players?
Okay.
Leon was out.
Leon and Pauli out for sure. This was expected and was planned. We have out Walden, I believe 10 days, 10, 12 days, max 2 weeks. So we hope that he's going to be ready for the beginning of the BBL. And then we have Nihat out, and we will see if we are able to put back, I hope so, Lucic and Hunter.
They'll be back at the weekend.
So they didn't practice yet, so let's hope that today or tomorrow we are able to put them back in the squad and see if we can have some minutes from them.
Nihat, is it a longer thing or with Nihat, is it a bigger thing or?
It's not a big thing, it's a thing. So it's a very stupid muscle that basically it's useless, but it's hurt. So we'll see.
How did the new players fit in so far, and how did Rubit fit in?
We are not. I have to understand the team. This is what preseason is for, at least for me as a coach. I want to understand and the signals, what this team may do, because on the paper is one thing, on the court is always different. We had a very good impact from Yaramats that came in unbelievable shape, and he played so the last game, but all the other games he were very, very good. Darren is struggling, but he's highly expected because there will be a transition in his game. He will do different things, and first you have to understand how to do what is required, and then you will do it with the right instinct. Now everything is a little bit slower. Rubit came out of shape, not fit to practice, but in 10 days we were able to put him back. He worked very hard, and he had a very good game in Ljubljana, and I can't wait to put him together with Hunter and Radošević, because then you will have really a front line with a lot of versatility, and this is what we are looking for. Šiško made a huge step. He came in shape, mentally ready, very happy. And we saw just the last 7 days, Nick. He had to break the ice after his bad injury. He was walking on eggs the first 10 days. And when you walk on eggs, you don't go very hard, okay? And but we throw him in the water, and he's finding himself. On the defensive end, he's one of the best defenders in Europe. So we need him. And Thomas, giving us depth on offense, very good post-up player, very strong. So now we have to find a way to use him as a weapon. It will require a little bit of time, because as you see, we miss all the wings and the bigs. So we're playing without bigs, and it's difficult to have the right spacing and to build things. But I believe that slowly we were able to explore all his talent on offense. Who's doing good? And I have to say it I hope that he will not listen to this, is Jason George, that playing every 24 minutes in every game we played, still making millions of mistakes, but playing very hard. And every day we hope that we are going to win a good German player. Every day we hope that he's going to make one step. So, did I forget anybody? No. We good, okay.
Ich meine, also wenn wir jetzt über das Turnier sprechen, würde ich gerne mich bedanken bei den Mannschaften, die jetzt anreisen, Athen, Belgrad und Bologna. Ich glaube, dass wir es geschafft haben, erstmal als Teilnehmerfeld ein Turnier in München zu organisieren, das wirklich auf dem höchsten möglichen Niveau stattfindet. Als wir das Turnier organisiert haben, sind wir davon ausgegangen, dass wir maximal die Zulassung bekommen, die wir am Ende der Saison gehabt haben. Und was dann natürlich in den letzten 2 Wochen passiert ist, ist ein exzellentes Zeichen für, also nicht nur, dass die Fans wieder zurückkommen, sondern dass wir eine gewisse Hoffnung haben, dass wir auch operativ unseren Verein, es öffnet unserem Verein die Möglichkeit, auch operativ ein bisschen, sagen wir so, optimistischer in die Saison zu gehen. Was ganz klar ist, dass der erste Schritt war, mit der Stadt eine Lösung zu finden. Die Stadt war nicht nur jetzt in diesem Fall, sondern wie in den letzten 1,5 Jahren mehr als kooperativ und hilfsbereit. Und da haben wir eine super Lösung gefunden, wie ich finde. Was jetzt aber anfängt, ist, dass wir als Verein alles unternehmen werden, die den Fans den Zutritt zur Halle so, wie soll ich sagen, so angenehm wie möglich unter diesen Bedingungen zu gestalten, weil uns ist eine Sache klar, dass jetzt, wo die Türen offen sind, heißt es nicht automatisch, dass die Halle wieder voll wird oder 50, 60, 70% Kapazität gefüllt wird. Und das war uns aber schon klar, als wir gesehen haben, wie es eigentlich im Fußball läuft, dass es auch jetzt nicht selbstverständlich ist, dass die Stadien auch bei der Kapazität, die erlaubt ist, sofort voll werden. Das heißt, das wird ein Prozess sein, der meiner Meinung nach einige Monate nehmen wird. Wir müssen das Vertrauen der Leute wieder zurückgewinnen, dass sie sich sicher fühlen in der Halle. Aber dafür haben meiner Meinung nach alle unsere Mitarbeiter, die sich darum gekümmert haben, das Hygienekonzept, das Konzept insgesamt und wirklich alles so vorbereitet ist, dass es für unseren Fan so angenehm wie möglich sein wird. Aber die Hoffnung, dass sofort alles so wird wie im März, Februar 2019, diese Hoffnung habe ich, aber die Illusion ist, es wäre illusorisch jetzt zu denken, es ist alles von 0 auf 100. Deshalb brauchen wir ein bisschen Geduld. Wahrscheinlich die Fans mit uns, genauso wie wir mit den Fans, aber als diese Nachricht kam und wir alle informiert haben, war das natürlich eine große Erleichterung und gleichzeitig eine Hoffnung. Jetzt schauen wir mal, wie es läuft. Kann ich jetzt nicht sagen.
Wie ist denn die Resonanz bisher? Ich meine, der Ticketverkauf ist gestartet. Wir haben jetzt das Turnier.
Ja.
Auch die ersten Gegner sind sehr attraktiv. Ulm und das erste Euroleague-Heimspiel ist Barcelona.
Ich denke, was wir gemacht haben, wir haben, glaube ich, vor 2 Wochen angefangen, ein gewisses Kontingent freizugeben, bevor wir wussten, dass die Kapazität fast auf, ich glaube, 88% oder 90% jetzt momentan ist. Und dieses Kontingent wird weg sein oder ist weg. Alles darüber hinaus werden wir sehen, wie sich das jetzt entwickelt in den nächsten 1, 2 Tagen. Beim Ticketing muss man eine Sache verstehen, die ist nämlich, dass normalerweise in einer normalen Situation fängst du ja nicht Tickets zu verkaufen 2 Wochen bevor die Saison anfängt, sondern das passiert ja eigentlich schon während der vorherigen Saison. Und da haben nicht nur wir, sondern alle anderen Vereine erstmal nichts machen können, außer spüren, was könnte, oder versuchen vorherzusehen, was könnte passieren. Unser Dauerkartenverkauf was es beide Wettbewerbe angeht, ist meiner Meinung nach für die Umstände, die wir haben, sehr gut. Aber Tagesverkauf weiß ich nicht, das werden wir sehen. Was man sehen kann, ist, dass vor allem weil wir wirklich 3 tolle erste Heimspiele haben, nämlich Ulm zum Start, Bamberg im Pokal und Barca als erstes Euroleague-Spiel, das läuft meiner Meinung nach sehr gut. Aber wir dürfen nicht alle die Erwartungen haben, es also sofort ausverkauft. Das wird es nicht sein. Kann ich mir nicht vorstellen. Aber je mehr man nach vorne schaut, desto voller wird der Audidom. Also Turnier war auch nicht geplant, dass da jetzt mehr als 1000 Leute rumsitzen. Es werden mehr als 1000 Leute sicher sein. Aber da war einfach die Zeit so knapp. In München sind immer noch Ferien. Und dann schauen wir, wie das läuft. Aber ich habe Hoffnung und bin optimistisch, dass sobald die Bundesliga geht, dass wir an diese 50% mindestens kommen, die wir sowieso geplant haben. Und dann schauen wir, wie sich das entwickelt.
Die aktuelle Verordnung ist dann auch über den Oktober hinaus gültig?
Also ich will nichts Falsches sagen, aber soweit ich weiß, ist die Verordnung bis zum 1. Oktober gültig, diese. Und dann soll sie verlängert werden oder verändert werden. Ich meine, das ist ja auch eine gewisse Unsicherheit, die wir haben. Wir wissen ja nicht jetzt, was passiert am 1. Oktober. Wir bereiten uns so vor, als wenn es am 1. Oktober so wird wie heute, aber auch wenn es nicht so wird. Was machen wir dann? Aber das ist halt, wie soll ich sagen, das ist die Situation, mit der nicht nur wir, sondern alle anderen Vereine umgehen müssen. Aber nochmal, vor 3, 4 Monaten, wenn uns jemand gesagt hätte, wir sind in so einer Situation, dann glaube ich, hätten wir nichts Besseres erwarten können. Jetzt müssen wir schauen, wir haben tatsächlich nur ein Spiel, offizielles Spiel im September, das ist das Spiel gegen Ulm. Und dann müssen wir schauen, wie sich das dann für Bamberg und Barca entwickelt. Und da muss man halt von Spiel zu Spiel sehen. Aber ich bin guter Hoffnung, dass es gut sein wird. Sicherlich was man auch sagen muss, nach ersten paar Spielen, wenn die Leute gesehen haben, wie verhält man sich, wie kommt man rein, wie flüssig ist das alles. Und ich glaube, das wird flüssig sein, wir haben ein Konzept entwickelt, dass die Leute nicht zu lange warten müssen beim Einlass, dass es alles digitalisiert ist und ziemlich schnell geht, wird man sehen, dass es einfach ist, so einfach wie möglich in der heutigen Zeit in eine Halle reinzugehen. Ja.
In dem Zusammenhang mal sagen, wie wichtig die Zuschauer auch für Sie sind, auch was die wirtschaftliche Planung angeht?
Also wenn man diese Problematik nur aus der Sicht betrachtet, wie wirtschaftlich ist das, dann glaube ich, das ist der falsche Ansatz, das machen wir nicht. Also ich glaube, es ist selbstverständlich, dass es wirtschaftlich von immenser Bedeutung ist. Aber ich habe am Anfang oder mitten in der Pandemie gesagt, man darf nicht unterschätzen, dass die Leute sich abgewöhnen vom Live-Sport, dass sie für sich andere Interessen entwickelt haben. Mittlerweile kannst du alles im Fernsehen sehen. Und für mich ist die größere Aufgabe, nicht die Finanzen reinzuholen. Ich glaube, ich habe schon gesagt, dass wir im Ticketing uns daran gehalten haben, was die Liga vorgegeben hat, 50%. Wenn wir das erreicht haben, sind wir fein finanziell. Das ist die viel größere Herausforderung für uns alle in der Bundesliga, aber ich glaube, im Sport insgesamt ist den Leuten wieder das Live-Erlebnis in der Halle, vor allem aber auch wahrscheinlich im Stadion, so angenehm wie möglich zu gestalten. Und das wird ein Prozess, die Leute werden sich daran gewöhnen müssen. Man muss meiner Meinung nach, so blöd sich das anhört, man muss auch ein bisschen Geduld haben, bis sich das alles eingespielt hat. Und dann hoffentlich, wenn wir alle geimpft sind, so wie das, sagen wir so, gewünscht ist, dass wir eine gewisse normale Situation erleben, wo man jetzt nicht Maske tragen muss in der Halle und beim Sport, beim Live-Sport, dann glaube ich, wird sich das alles schneller entwickeln. Aber wir müssen alle helfen, dass man den Leuten eine gewisse Sicherheit dass es eine gewisse Sicherheit gibt in der Halle, dass die Leute sich wohlfühlen. Und das ist natürlich ein Prozess und viel, viel wichtiger als der wirtschaftliche Aspekt, weil es gibt auch eine nächste Saison und übernächste Saison. Wichtig jetzt ist den Leuten wieder, dass die das Vertrauen wieder zurückgewinnen, wieder in die Halle gehen zu können und mit ihren Familien Live-Erlebnis wieder zu erleben. Und das ist die Aufgabe von allen. Ich glaube, in der Bundesliga, ich spreche für alle in der Bundesliga, dass es einfach die erste Aufgabe ist.
very important players. Not only playing wise, but also kind of fan favorite players. To watch, live and die with Wade Baldwin was one of the stories of last season. Do you see any player who can fill this role in the upcoming season, who will be kind of the emotional leader, kind of a player who the audience will...
I believe that Andy Obst, that on purpose I forgot, because I hope that you're going to ask me something about who. I believe he's ready to take a bigger role. The only thing that we have to find, let's say, a plan is when they're going to try to attack him in EuroLeague physically. But he's so strong mentally that I am very happy to have a young German, let's say, not more young, but let's say fresh German player of the national team that can have a big role. And a big role is not in the minutes, but in what he's going to do on the court. I believe the fans will love Hunter because he's a wise player, great veteran, but plays with unbelievable energy. And the athleticism of our guard, Walden, Yaramats, Hilliard, could be something that can attract fans. We will have a lot of more pace in our offense. And I hope that this is, let's say, the initial plan, and then we're going to go build from this.
What was Rubik's reaction when you called him first?
Oh, I had tough time with you. But now he's a grown man. He played EuroLeague 4 years, and he's a totally different person and player. So if when he came to Bamberg, I had to give him 50 informations per day, now I have to give him 5, maybe 3. And he is talking to Gavin Schilling to help him to understand what he went through. Because when you raise the level, there is always growing pains. At the beginning, you are overwhelmed by the task, by the request, by the level of physicality, of speed, of execution, of intensity. And I like a lot that he's giving him his experience as a help.
So Gavin Schilling is the new Rubik?
Gavin Schilling has to establish himself at this level. He's a very sensitive kid, and with great expectation from himself, and big expectations are always tricky because the life, my life, your life, everybody's life is to face adversities and find solutions every day. And if you have the expectation that the thing will go super smooth, at the first adversity you will be paralyzed. So my job now is to navigate him through this tough period, and every day is a little bit better, but he's still overwhelmed by his expectation because he's strong physically, had a very good season in Braunschweig, but now everything is bigger, everything is more difficult. I didn't understand the question, sorry.
Last year when you were in Ljubljana, you had a big loss. And as far as I remember, this was a kind of trauma that changed a lot of your plans. Was it this year?
I would love to play with Cedevita every season. I go there, they beat us very hard. They try to embarrass us. They play like a machine, but it's September. and I always like to have upside. So it's a very good check. This year was different because we had a strong comeback and we had a chance to win the game. We didn't make, basically what we missed was one offense and one defense to win the game. And they scored some big shots, and it's a perfect preseason game to see where you have to go and what you have to do. So I'm always pissed off when I lose games, but I'm not concerned. It's part of the process.
What was with you and Rubit?
Huh?
I didn't understand. What was with you and Rubit?
Nothing. Mike asked me when I called him what he said, and he said, "Oh, it was tough with you."
Okay. He's very well informed. Huh?
I believe he's a very good player. Now he knows that he's a good player. At that time, he didn't know.
No, I mean Michele.
Michele is he's crispy.
Crispy.
Maybe a question for both of you.
Yeah.
When you this preseason and the focus is on your team, but if you see the development of other teams, BBL and EuroLeague, what are the biggest surprises for you? The biggest changes that you have watched so far? Like Chemnitz, for example,
Okay, EuroLeague is every team is stronger. It's unbelievable. So, COVID, no fans. You look at the rosters, you say it's unbelievable, and I believe the competition is stronger, and then won't be a Kimki. So, all the parameters we had last year, you should erase them. And the other thing that we have to take in consideration that Maccabi, Panathinaikos, Olympiacos, three teams that are 95% of the times in EuroLeague and very often to the final in the playoff of EuroLeague and very often in the Final Four were out. And also Žalgiris. So it's very difficult for me to imagine them out. So that means that the ranking is very difficult now to understand who is going to be there. It will be a war every game. And there are teams that can start 2-8 and go one shot to make the playoffs, like last year, Vitoria, that started very bad and then made an unbelievable run. So from the BBL, I see a lot of teams are trying to establish themselves at a higher level. Ulm made a had a very good free agency. Okay, Oldenburg is always there. Alba is always there. And Ludwigsburg, I believe that you should not consider them for the first 2 months because they're going to change 52 players. So let's say when they establish themselves, they're going to be good because it's always like this.
Du?
You know, when you talk to people like me, or you read media, and especially in this period of season, then everybody thinks in August and beginning of September that they had the best possible free agency, that they have best team in the history of the club. The expectations are high, for whatever reason, to sell more tickets or jerseys or to, attract. And, I basically believe what the last season has taught us and the season before has taught us, that both Bundesliga and the EuroLeague season have so many surprises coming up that at this point of time, I have to be honest, the only team that I watched more than 2 times is Sassari. Because I watched them against us and I watched them in the qualification for Super Cup. I haven't watched anybody else. First and secondly, you will see at our MagentaSport Cup that I doubt that that any team will play in with full roster, right? So it's very, very difficult to project. I believe that we have an excellent team, but the team that we had last season will maybe be one of the best best performed rosters that we might have, right? What Andrea has done with this team and what the players have achieved is something that is going to be very, very difficult to repeat. Okay, and we can't forget. You just talked about JR and Wade. It's going to be very difficult to define this team because it's going to be totally different, like Andrea said, than the last team. So it's always difficult to me to project, and I'm a little bit experienced now in my job, and I would like to wait to see the first 4 weeks to give some projections. But the EuroLeague this season is going to be crazy. Especially, you can't forget that last season we played in Fener, in Maccabi, in Efes, in Red Star, without fans. Now, this is another part that comes. Knowing my friends in Belgrade, it's going to be sold out. Maccabi is going to be sold out. So it's a totally different situation than last season. I always say last season was it was a net season, not, now it's going to be a gross season, with all the other things that come on top. So, when you look, for instance, what kind of team Partizan has made, for Eurocup or ABA League, and then you can imagine what's going on in the EuroLeague, okay? So, or Virtus now. Very difficult to project, but it's going to be a lot of fun because the fans are back. It's going to be totally different. Yeah.
Was müsste denn passieren, dass Sie am Ende der Saison sagen, es war eine gute Saison? Bemisst sich das nur im Titel? Wahrscheinlich nicht, aber was sind die Parameter, wo Sie sagen, das war eine gute Saison?
Well, last season, one of the goals that we gave the team in the preseason was not how many wins or how many titles or if titles. What we asked the team was to have a commitment to the cause, okay? Because at the moment where you sign a contract, you commit to something, okay? And the strength of the team last season was the commitment, and especially the commitment in very difficult surrounding to play every game to win, okay? Okay, when you play 90 games, there are exceptions. Maybe in Milano, the regular season game, maybe in, Valencia, the regular season game. But 95% of the games, this team last season played to win, okay? And I believe that the goal of this season is to try to repeat this. And like Andrea said, I think we have more quality in depth, which would allow us to be maybe more versatile and have more quality on each position. And if you have this attitude, which I'm pretty sure that Andrea will enforce, and the players also want, then we're going to have a very, very good season. Is it going to be as good as last season? I can't say now. But this would be, or this is the goal that the club has in all aspects of business. Is it sport or is it business area? To play every day, to win every day. Every game, every business opportunity. And then we will see what comes at the end. Because, titles are a product of something. And before you win titles, you must there is another 2 or 3 steps that you have to do.
You must lose.
You must also lose. And but what the team last season have, and this is good that we have the main players beside maybe JR and Wade, is this will to win every game, no matter what the score is. And I think this is something that also attracted media and fans, what people like in Munich, to always play to win. And this is something that we have to try to repeat.
Mike, I want to add one thing to your question about losing Baldwin and Reynolds. They were great, two scoring machines. But I believe the fans should be very happy to go to see Lucic, that had the best season of his life and helped with his consistency and stability two players that were not stable, like Baldwin before last year, and Reynolds, to play with that self-confidence. So you always need leaders. And the leader maybe is not the player that scores more points. So I believe that our player on the sticker of the team is Vladimir Lucic. That is the biggest help a coach can have, because he does stretching like he's playing the Final Four game, the last game of the Final Four. So everything he does it 120%. And this allows me to raise the level of the others. Finito. Fertig.
Basta così.
Habt ihr noch
Basta
irgendwelche
così.
Fragen?
Basta
oder?
così.
Ja. Ja, gerne, gerne.
sozusagen umgeräumt später und denke, der hat eine ganz andere Stimme. Die Ziele, glaube ich, sind klar im Pokal und Liga. Ihr wollt natürlich in den Endspielen dabei sein, aber was sind die Erwartungen für diese Saison? Jetzt geht es im September los, hast schon gesagt, alle denken jetzt mal Augenblick, ich habe ein super Team. Aber was ist so, wenn du die ganze Saison versuchst vor Augen zu führen, unabhängig von Covid und Zuschauerentwicklung, was ist sportlich so die Erwartung, die du hast?
Also wie gesagt, wenn man auf die letzte Saison blickt, dann muss man schon sagen, wir haben fast eine perfekte Saison gehabt, bis auf die letzte Woche in der Saison, wo wir mit verschiedenen Sachen zu tun hatten, die es der Mannschaft einfach nicht erlaubt haben zu performen, damit wir noch den letzten Titel noch gewinnen. Haben wir diese Saison eigentlich dieselben Ziele. Die Ziele sind ganz einfach. Wir wollen nicht über Titel sprechen. Ich will wieder deutscher Meister werden. Ich will auch den Pokalsieg. Das will ich. Und ich will wieder die gleiche Euroleague-Saison haben wie letzte Saison. Aber das muss ja Ergebnis von etwas sein. Und was davor passieren muss, ist das Gleiche, was letzte Saison passiert ist, dass wir eine Mannschaft haben, die eine Einstellung besitzt, egal gegen wen sie spielen, egal wie es steht in einem Spiel, immer noch zu versuchen, die letzten 15% aus sich rauszuholen, um dieses Spiel zu gewinnen. Wenn wir diese Einstellung wieder implementieren können, nicht nur in der Mannschaft, sondern im gesamten Verein, werden wir eine sehr erfolgreiche Saison haben. Deshalb mag ich jetzt nicht zu diesem Zeitpunkt über messbare Ziele sprechen wie Titel, weil es ist klar, dass wir das alle wollen, aber wir wollen uns eher auf diesen Prozess konzentrieren, so wie wir es letztes Jahr getan haben. Gerne.
So, thanks, interesting session.
Fertig?
Fertig.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hello, hello.
Later,
Okay, I don't know.
on the left.
Mask open. Or?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
What we talk about, Brad? I don't even know what we talk about cup this week.
And your holidays, because Serbia didn't qualify. No. Okay, geht weiter. Lucha ist da. Lucha, I asked the same question to coach, but maybe you give a different answer. Dentist or preseason, what hurts more?
I like to go to dentist. We have a good dentist here also in Munich, so preseason.
Same answer. It's tough right now, or
Yeah, I mean every preseason is pretty hard. I had a a small issue with my shoulder, so I skipped last 5 to 6 days. So it's more question right now to my teammates, but looking from the sides, it was a tough preseason, but every preseason till now in my career was tough and not the best thing in our careers.
at the Magenta Cup, there are very strong opponents. You would prefer lower level, or is that the right challenge for the start of the season?
No, I think it's a right challenge. We already had a few games till now, so in this period of season, it's still pre-season, similar tournament to one that we had in Valencia last year. It's I think great opportunity in this point of season to see where we at. No matter who we get on Sunday's games, it will be 2 tough games for us, and like you said, great opponents in front of us, and just to improve day by day for a few more days or weeks before season officially starts.
That's from my side.
First of all, I would pick the one player who likes to go to the dentist. I would pick you. First person ever. But first of all, coach just said you are the face of the franchise this season. So, do you feel that you are kind of the face of the franchise?
I mean, this is my 6th year here in FC Bayern, so just from that point, I will say that's the main reason, you know. But I think even coach and my own philosophy is, of course, that this is a team sport, and everything great what we did in the past, especially in last season, we did as a team. So there is no place for any individual to be in front. But from the point that I'm the guys together with Jedo, who is the longest here in the team. So from that point, yeah, I can agree with the coach.
The last days you had the opportunity to watch from outside. So what's your impression of the new team? I mean, there were a lot of changes and a lot of new players.
Yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of new players, but also from the other side, a lot of guys who was not here. Had opportunity to work with Andrea in the past. That means that they needed less time to fit into the system and the team. I think we have a great group of guys from personal side, which is really important already. Nice chemistry in the team, but it's still a long period in front of us to improve and. Maybe split the roles. So far, so good.
And how is your back? How is your shape?
I feel good. I feel good. I mean, it was a long summer off. I don't know if I had longer summer ever in my career than this year. So everything is good.
What is your impression on the fans having back, not only in Audi Dome, in all gyms?
I mean, it's a great news, not just for us. Of course, that's the one of the most beautiful things doing this job, having opportunity to play in front of a lot of people. But from everything that the world went through in last year and a half, to seeing that things slowly getting back in a old, it's a nice, having opportunity for me personally to play in front of fans. It's a nice thing, and I'm happy and look forward to see the fans back in Audi Dome and other gyms around the Europe.
I'm not sure, but I think it's your contract season right now. Your contract will expire after this season.
Yep.
And after that, maybe the biggest contract of your career will going to happen. Do you think it will affect your game, affect your mind?
Another big one.
Huh?
Another big one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's I've been in this situation many times through my career. I really don't, in this point of career, don't think about this at all. Just try to still improve and get better year after year. Be there for my teammates, and then when summer is there or season is end, hopefully successful, I will see what's the next step. But it's that far away that I don't even think about it.
Julian?
There are two players from Belgrade who joined the team. Can you say something about them? Is there maybe a special connection between you? Jaramaz and Walden.
Ah, yeah, okay. I was like, who's the other guy from Belgrade? I mean, Jaramaz, I know him. We had the opportunity to work out this summer and year before together. I grew up with his older brother, so I kind of knew him before he came here. It's always great to have a guy, from own country for the things off the court. And Corey, I mean, I didn't have an opportunity to play with him, only against. He was in a Partizan, then later on in Red Star. Great player. I think he will be helpful for us. So, like I said in the beginning, it's a good thing that new guys, or a lot of new guys, already had opportunity to work with Andrea, and that means that they needed less time to fit into the system and make us less time to fit as a group.
Do you have to talk to Walden about this change from Partizan to Red Star?
No, I gave up early about this, personal topics. It's a sensitive topic, so I try not to be into it. No, I'm kidding. Well, we talk a little bit, nothing special, more about the city, the coaches there, and not the relationship between black and white and red and white.
Players always want to improve from one season to the next one. You mentioned it earlier. What do you want to improve in your game?
I'm already a veteran, so I will just try to, as much as I can, maintain my physical shape and try to, even though it will be, I know, hard for me individually, but also as a team to repeat, let's say, last year. So that's let's say my mindset up to try to be on the level that I've been last season.
Already visible for you, what will be the main changes from last year to this year?
Maybe the difference on a big guys, we let's say that we lost JR, bought some new guys which are more undersized, fives, a lot of guys who can play multiple positions. From what I can see and feel till now, I think there will be our quality. You know, having guys who can game by game play on a different spots in the team. Let's say that we maybe didn't have that in the last year, so we'll see how it's going to look.
Okay. Vielen Dank.
Okay.
Thanks, Lucia.